Good afternoon, everyone. We're going to look at the shifting poles. I know in the markets, it looks like it's shifting the poles as well. Somebody seems to be insider trading. So let's take a look at it. And we're going to start you right here. January, they came out with a new magnetic model. The 1959 Carrington event reshifted and caused the polar wander to move in a different direction, and now it's screaming toward Russia. So I've had a lot of people over the years ask, where would the equatorial areas be if there were a pole shift? This is based on what used to be ancient megalithic sites pointing to a different north than we currently have. So this is supposed to take a couple of hundred years to rotate in its position versus at one gigantic event. So the difference to be able to align or not realign, and the stories are like they don't remember it. So it must have been a prolonged event versus where it could have been. But you notice that pivot point on the planet always returns back to the same station again. Are we getting ready for another shift? That's the question. And is it on a cycle? That could be forecast. Well, I guess that's two questions. And the buyer beware. We're hearing all about it's reached the top. Stocks are going to crash. Well, they are crashing. Bitcoin's crashing. Everything's crashing. Gold's going to crash. Oh, it's back up. What's really happening? Well, it looks like a bunch of people pushing the markets around with a lot of money. So is this the over-the-top here that since 1929, 1965, 1999, we could do 2008 in there as well. But this overvaluation is really what it's looking at. And we are at that red circle once again, or will it keep pushing with inflated money higher? That's the question. Because I want to bring some significant events to your attention here. So Jamie Dimon from JP Morgan and the CEO, Tony Robbins, they sold tremendous amounts of JP Morgan just last week, 33%. There's that number again. February 20th, unbelievable timing. And then the amount of shares that were dumped is incredible. So here, I wide that out for you. So Troy, he dumped 37,500 shares of JP Morgan. And then we got Jamie Dimon unloading 866,000 shares, millions in stock. And then also there was word on the street that Warren Buffett was unloading banks as well. What did he know? We're looking at the yellow here. Position reduction. So what it did is they reduced the number of shares holding. Let's look at them. Bank of America, Liberty Mutual, Capital One, Citigroup. What does Buffett know also? What is about to happen or is happening to the banks here? And no holdings as well. So the big guys with big money, you can see what they're moving away from. They're moving away from banking stocks. And lo and behold, this is trailing the crash that started on the 20th approximately. But then who would have known just in time, minutes after President Trump announces 25% tariffs on the EU, S&P 500 erases 500 billion of market cap. Bitcoin crashes to 84, which has since been 79,000. Perfect timing with these bigs. I am telling you. Not only that, but gold crashed as well. Flash crash for a good hour that they picked up gold. $150 cheaper per ounce. Now, who would be doing that on the buy and fly? Do you think governments? Maybe. How fast can stock market sentiment change in an instant? Just ask NVIDIA investors. Nearly $600 billion in market value wiped out overnight. No warning, no second chance. Noble Gold Investments is alerting all clients, diversify now. Market crashes don't wait, they strike fast, devastating the unprepared. For nearly a decade, Noble Gold Investments have helped thousands protect their wealth with gold IRAs and physical gold. With over $2 billion in precious metal sales, Noble Gold is the trusted choice for Americans serious about financial security. Gold, it's real, it's yours, it retains value. And now, when you open a qualified account, you'll receive 2 5-ounce Silver America the Beautiful coins free. Are you diversified? If not, when? After your portfolio is down 10, 20, 30%, or will you protect your portfolio now? Go to 2030gold.com. That's 2030gold.com. Or give Noble Gold a call, 877-646-5347. Don't just grow your wealth, guard it. Again, just perfect timing for all the sales of those stocks. And then Bitcoin crashes at the same time, all the way down to, can you guess it? Here we go. CME gap crashed right down to 77,000 to fill those orders that were not filled as Bitcoin jumped up over a weekend. Amazing, amazing how they were all positioned, got out just the same day or 2 days before the crash started, picking up everything at bargain discounts from 100,000 down to say 79,000, 20% discount, little discount on gold. But that's CME gap. So the way it works is Chicago Mercantile Exchange on that trading house there is not open on the weekends. So after it closes on Friday, it reopens on Monday morning. But cryptocurrency trades 24/7. It never stops. So there's a price difference sometimes, higher or lower, when the market opens on Monday. So something had happened where it closed at, looked around 78,000 on a Friday, but then it opened up at 79,000, and there's that $1,000 gap. So all those orders that were in there, and I don't have the exact number for you, but those are unfilled. And those are those that were buying for the ETFs to get filled to bring it into their ETF. So those orders are hanging out there unfilled. So what usually happens, if you look for these gaps down, whatever it is on whatever market you're on, usually on a price drop, significant price drop, it will come and touch those this example, CME gap, fill all those orders, and then starting heading back up in price. We're not talking about 20 bucks moving the market here. We're talking about hundreds of billions in combined unison to drive that price down. And all these other players are trying to get a bunch of Bitcoin now because of Bitcoin strategic reserve for the United States, states within the United States, an enormous amount of countries outside the US, and everybody's on this Bitcoin scramble right now. And magically, it drops from 100,000 down to 79,000. Everybody's filled, and we're rolling back up in price. Now, how many were scooped up at that time? I so far have 104,000 on order sheets that got filled during this drop. Now, who's out there that has the money to buy 104,000 Bitcoin? That's on the governmental level or heavy, very large institution level. And for these guys to get out in just a nick of time, and as we go through the next week, we'll see which of those banking stocks also drops or did drop. I'll bet it's that entire list right there. So again, you're walking a fine line here of, is it insider trading or not? Because you can't tell me everybody was that lucky to get out just a day or two. That's impossible that this coordinated, hey, I'll scratch your back, you scratch mine, I'll tell you when, and you tell me mine too. That just happened, and everybody else got slammed. On the individual or small holder side, do you see the snow leopard in there? I see this insider trading, collusion, plain as day. Do you see the snow leopard yet? Once you'll see it clearly and know where it is every time. Just like I see these charts lining up, that is pure 100% manipulation of all the largest companies and governments on our planet. And when I talk about the small cryptocurrency holders, that some of them were wiped out, some of them are scared, some of them sold, and guess who's there to buy it all? Yeah, the same players. 560 million cryptocurrency owners worldwide. And there's 8 billion people on the planet. We're talking about 1/16 of the population. But then that needs to be broken in a more granular form of which nation, and UAE leads. 25% of all the people in the UAE own crypto. And as we come down the sliding scale there, look at Singapore, Turkey, Thailand, Argentina. Like Thailand was a well-known hub for doing crypto development, sandbox kind of stuff anyway, back 2017 forward. And then we got Hong Kong, and somewhere in there is the United States. But eventually this will move to 100% across all nations in the future. So what you're seeing is the very beginning of it moving. And if we would have done this chart 5 years ago, those would be like just fractions of a percent, or not even listed along a lot of these countries here. But where it's coming to is Bitcoin is getting so gargantuan, and the FUD, or the fear, uncertainty, and doubt of people missing out on profits, going to get super greed here in a minute. This crash, okay, it wiped a bunch of people. They got panicked and sold. Okay, the market's cleaned out. Everybody's filled on orders. We are skyrocketing from this point. It happens every time. And it was like a 26% pullback. There's been pullbacks in crypto that's been 70% in the beginning. Go back to 2016, 17 and see what the massive pullbacks were. And then again, 2021, you're looking at 40% pullback. This is in the nice range of comparative. Do appreciate you watching. Hope you got something out of the video. Planting season's upon us, and TrueLeafMarket.com. The seeds that I use myself in my garden, heirloom and organic seeds for any grow zone on the planet. That link's in the description box below. And also join us over on the Civilization Cycle podcast Rumble channel. That is content off our live radio show that you will not see here on YouTube. You need to go to Rumble to see that exclusive Civilization Cycle podcast, and also civilizationcycle.com. Sign up for the show notes. It's free. See you next time. Bye for now.